Good afternoon. I'm Reverend Leslie Bird, the senior pastor here at New World United Methodist Church, and on behalf of the staff and myself, we are so excited to welcome you back to in-person worship. I have to say that we have been praying for this time of return since last March. We are going to be returning in phases, and in this first phase, we will be returning to in-person worship. We are doing this in phases to test out each piece so that you feel loved and comfortable and welcome and safe. We will be trying out specific things in this first phase from Lent to Easter, and then we will look at where we need to expand. And so as we enter into this time, we're producing this video to answer your questions and give you an overview of what to expect. Some things will look a bit different. As in this first phase, we will start out with one service at 10 a.m. We've learned, though, from our season of online worship that we have discovered new ways to reach an entire body of people. And so online is here to stay. And it is a safe and comfortable way for you to worship with us if you are high risk or you do not yet feel comfortable returning in person. To worship, we invite you to sign up on a platform called Eventbrite. That link to Eventbrite will be made available on all of our media platforms. Advance sign up is required each week to attend worship. And once you go on Eventbrite, it will ask for your name and your email address, and then it will let you know that some seats have been secured for you. During this phase, we will be setting aside a specific number of seats so that you are comfortable and feel safe, and a way that we as New World can show how much we care for you. Your email is necessary and required so that should a participant test positive, then we can notify you through the platform Eventbrite to let you know. That way we are keeping you safe. This contact process is for you. After you receive your confirmation that says seats are ready for you, then we invite you to come to the church on that Sunday between 9:30 and 9:45. At that time, you will find parking lot greeters who will encourage you to park near the main entrance and then walk toward the only doors which will be opened during this first phase, which are our main entrance doors. You will be welcomed by volunteers at the door who will take your temperature, provide you with a mask if you do not already have one, as masks are required inside the building at all times. They will then take you to the concourse desk where your name will be checked off from the list that was generated by Eventbrite for that week's services. And then our friendly greeters will meet you and walk with you up the concourse to the sanctuary, providing more information for you along the way. Once you reach the sanctuary doors, we have ushers who will escort you to designated seating that is socially and physically distanced in all directions for your safety and your comfort. Again, we are so very excited that you are able to return to in-person worship with us. And now I will hand you off to Pastor Aaron, who has some more information to share with you.
Thank you, Leslie. Once you're inside of the building, you'll notice that a few things are different as we phase in to in-person worship. Here are a few things that you can expect. Now, first of all, we want to spread God's love. We want to spread joy, but we are not the least bit interested in also spreading germs. So you're invited to sanitize your hands at many of the hand sanitizing stations that you'll find throughout the church building. As you move further into the concourse, you're going to see that a few of our favorite hangout places will be closed during this first phase of reopening. The fellowship hall, both of the education wings, and the office will be closed at first. And sadly, our favorite tradition of having coffee and donuts together is just gonna have to wait a little bit longer. You are welcome to bring a baby bottle for your infants if that's something that you need, but please leave your food and drink outside of the building. And if you're worried about your basic needs, to answer that question, the bathrooms will be open outside of the sanctuary as you have need, with some instructions to go with that. And the cry room will be open for one family at a time if that is something that your family needs. While you are in our space during this phase of reopening, we are asking that you all try your very best to stay 6 feet away from anyone who is outside of your household, the safe social distance. And I know we are used to, as a community, being people who shake hands and hug. For this phase, I offer to you these other types of ways you can safe socially distance greet each other. You can give air hugs. You can give virtual high fives. Bowing also works. Sending hearts. A little I love you goes a long way. Peace, and just lots and lots of smiles right above your masks. We're so looking forward to having you here.
So if you don't know me, my name is Stephen Couch and I'm the Director of Worship and Music here at New World. So you have come down through the concourse, you've checked in, you've parked your vehicle, and now it's time for you to go into the sanctuary. An usher will meet you here. On Communion Sundays, the usher will give you a small little cup that will have the juice in it, and the bread is on the top of that cup, but you'll only receive that on Communion Sundays. Otherwise, the ushers will not be handing you anything. You can speak to the usher and probably tell them whether you'd like to be on the left side or the right side of the sanctuary. We will be seating from front to back, so you will take whatever next is available. We will fill the 2 center sections first before we do the 2 side sections. You'll be seated with your family party. A family party in this case means people that live in the same household as you, and you will be seated together 6 feet apart from the next party. After you are seated, we ask that you please keep your masks on. There'll be things playing on the screen for you to see, and you can remain in your seat until worship begins. At about 5 minutes before the service, you'll notice on the screens that we have the 5-minute clock. That is the same as it is when you join us online for worship. That's what we use to give you information of what's going on in the life of the church. The worship services will be somewhat different. There will be singers leading the traditional service, and their way will be leading the 9:30 service. They will stay up on the chancel. They will not be masked. However, you will be masked in your seat. The singers and the way are approximately 25 feet from the first person in the congregation, so we've been very careful about safety in that way. Now, during the service, we will not have a regular offertory. There will be boxes that will be at the back of the sanctuary. You may drop your offering in one of those boxes on your way in or on your way out, or of course you can always give online through the different ways that will be listed on the 5-minute clock, or you can always drop a check off at the church. You will be encouraged to sing during the service. You will find it interesting to sing with the mask on. It's very interesting. You'll hear yourself and you'll feel like you're really loud, but you're not. Sing out with all gusto. The service will be approximately 45 minutes. We have shortened the services just a little bit to prepare for when we are having 2 services on Sunday morning, so that we will have time to get everyone out of the room, get the room cleaned, sanitized, and then fill it up for the next worship service. You'll notice during the worship service that some things that normally would be done live may come up on the screen. So there may be a scripture reading or a prayer that will come from someone that will be pre-recorded and on the screen. The sermons will always be live in the room, and the music will be live. So as our worship concludes and the last note has been sounded and the benediction has been spoken, you will be escorted out by the ushers in reverse order as you are escorted in. You will continue all the way down the concourse using the ramp or the stairs and go out the same doors that you came in. Our other exits will be closed. We're so excited to see you for worship. It's been so long since I and all of us have seen some of your faces. We're excited to see the faces. Even if it's just your eyes, it'll still be wonderful to see the smile in your eyes. I hope that you, if you feel safe, will come to worship. We'll be having traditional services and contemporary services, and we look forward to seeing you.